Hey everybody, this is Coach Scott with today's installment of Form and Function. Today we're going to talk about proper bicep exercise, proper bicep curls. The reason that we're doing this is because oftentimes in the gym I see guys and ladies doing exercises for their biceps and doing all sorts of wild things with their bodies, and they're expending a lot of unnecessary energy, and you're not getting the results, or you might be noticing you're not noticing the results as quickly as you would like. Now, the first thing that you need to do to understand about form and function, about the proper way to exercise your biceps, is to understand the function of the bicep in the first place. Your bicep brachii, or your bicep muscle, not to be confused with the bicep femoris, your hamstring. Your bicep muscle, the origin, or where it starts, that top of that muscle is actually two muscles that join together as one. It's a two-part muscle, okay, a long head and a short head. We don't have to get all into that, but at any rate, those muscles join and they cross over the shoulder joint, and believe it or not, they actually tie in to the underside of your scapula, your shoulder blade. Okay, so they go all the way there. That's where they start, okay? And then they go all the way across the upper arm, across the elbow joint, and they hook into the forearm. That's where they insert. So origin and insertion. Now, the reason it's important to understand that is because when you see people doing certain exercises, you wonder if they're getting a full range of motion. Full range of motion and proper muscle recruitment is important if you want to have muscle growth. And we're going to just say the long words: hypertrophy. Hypertrophy versus atrophy, when your muscles are disintegrating and dissolving away and disappearing. Hypertrophy, if your goal is to get your bicep muscles to grow and get stronger, you need to do it the right way. So I've got some weights here, and here I'll use both of them, little 5-pound weights because I don't want to hurt myself. Now, when you're doing these exercises, I see people, they'll stand like this, and some of the wrong ways to do it. They start here and they do this. Okay? You're getting a little bit of work from that, but there's a lot of expended energy and a lot of things that you're not doing. Another one I'll choose from this side, really heavy weight, and it's this. Okay? If you look at my arm, you'll notice there is not a lot of range of motion in the bicep. We got a little lower back action working. We got maybe some shoulder action working. We got a lot of things going on. See my elbows now? That's another way. Those are all incorrect ways. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, you have to understand that muscle starts here. Flexion. We want to keep the elbows down, lock them into your sides. Don't raise the weight here. If you're finding that you have to start kicking your arm out, weight's probably too heavy. Okay, so keep your arms locked in as much as possible. Keep the weight turned forward. Now, one of the things that the bicep does is flex the elbow. Okay, it moves it into this frontal plane, so it's going to flex the elbow this way. Now, the other extremely important thing that the bicep muscle does is something called supination. It actually, your ulna, this bone in here where it inserts to, okay, radial ulna, all these words, but anyway, it inserts here. The idea is to get your thumb to rotate from here to here. You can stand there yourself and you can do your arm this way and see how your bicep flexes when you supinate or turn your hands out. So make sure when you're doing the exercise that if you start with your hands sideways here, you get them turned around as quickly as possible, but you want to keep your hands forward and keep turned out. Stay flexed. So it's here, 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 here. Now, once you get that, the next big problem, there's only two other things to this exercise. Full extension. Go all the way down, almost to straight. If you get all the way down here, you take all of the tension off of the muscle. That's not good either. We want to keep some constant tension, so almost straight. You come all the way up. Here's the third part. Don't come up here and rest. Bone resting on joint. You're taking the tension off of the muscle again. Stop a little more than 3/4 of the way up and down. Up and down. Up and down. So we'll talk about rep ranges and how many reps to do based on what your goal is another time, but I just wanted to give you an idea of the correct way to do your bicep curls. Now, for those of you that use a straight bar, a lot of people use the cambered or the easy curl bars where there's a motion this way. It doesn't allow your hands to all the way turn out. I don't particularly care for those bars because I like good flexion on my bicep curls when I'm using a barbell. However, some people's joints with tendonitis and things like that, it's a little bit more comfortable. Don't worry about it. It's still doing you some good. The main thing is to keep good form, good posture, keep your shoulders rolled back, and do the exercise. Now, if you want to do a little bit of advanced work, there are certain people you know who I'm talking to. If you want to do some advanced work and you need to get a straight bar, a neat thing to do to make sure that your supination is to the extreme, take your thumb and roll it behind the bar. It will force you to supinate out. And when you have a bar that doesn't move like this dumbbell does, and you keep that bar turned out this way, when you flex, you're going to feel the difference. So that's it for Form and Function today. This is Scott with King Cat Fitness. Excuse me, tongue-tied there. This is Coach Scott with King Cat Fitness. You can find us at www.kingcatfitness.com or hit me up on Facebook. I can answer any question that you want. If I don't know the answer, because I'm not the know-all wizard, even though I am from Kansas, I will try to find out the answer for you. So until next time, see you later.